It's incredible to me how much unique art styles can elevate video games to become something much more interesting. A new free game on Steam with overwhelmingly positive reviews and a trailer featuring bizarre animation was enough to catch my attention recently. I had no idea what this could possibly be about, and after playing it, I still don't really know. Enna Dream Barbecue is a short adventure game with an impressively weird and psychedelic art style. It is apparently derived from a popular YouTube cartoon series, but if you think watching that will provide any necessary context for this game, then don't worry, it doesn't. In fact, none of this seems to have any connection to anything based within the realms of reality whatsoever. You play as the titular Enna, who looks like a Picasso painting and switches between being a level-headed business talk person and an angry and distressed alter ego at different points in conversation. The game world is incredibly surreal, and you meet lots of strange characters who give you nonsensical fetch quests which you need to satisfy to progress. Everyone has unapologetically offbeat and obtuse ways of talking and in various different languages, and the entire experience is like an acid trip fever dream. It's a perfect encapsulation of the web cartoon aesthetic and a reminder of just how truly unique and diverse animation styles in video games can be. And this got me thinking, do modern video games actually have a better diversity of animation styles than modern animation studio movies? In recent times, the big animated film productions have become somewhat homogenous since CGI animation has become the norm, with movies even across the different studios becoming almost indistinguishable from one another. Even the more iconic characters from the computer animation era, such as Shrek, seem to have undergone a stylistic nerf, with the latest teaser trailer for Shrek 5 being widely derided. Video games have also been through similar periods of uninspired drudgery, like the roughly 2007 to 2010 era of gaming, where anything that was released by AAA studios had a kind of dull grittiness to it, defined by sepia tones, dusty particle effects, and being relentlessly grounded in reality. Either that, or you had a Nintendo console with their exclusively overly saccharine cutesy brand of offerings with little much in between. But during this time, digital distribution, and notably Xbox Live Arcade, or XBLA for short, was rapidly rising in popularity and usage. While at first it offered little more than retro ports and games which are like glorified simple mobile games, it soon became a place for serious indie developers to begin finding a place in the mainstream gaming sphere. After years of being hidden in the back end of Steam listings, these types of games were now able to be noticed on the menus of the latest generation of games consoles, bringing the attention of a much wider audience. With lower budgets and resources, but more individual creative freedom, these indie games would often adopt unique art styles to stand out from the crowd. One of the breakout hits from this indie game boom was Limbo, a dark, atmospheric puzzle game with an art style unlike anything in popular gaming at the time. You play as a cute little silhouette boy with a big head and bright eyes in a bleak, horrible silhouette world where seemingly everything is trying to kill you. And kill you it will, repeatedly in hideously gruesome ways due to the regular quick saves and trial and error nature of the problem-solving gameplay. I hope it's not just me being psychopathic, but I couldn't help but find it morbidly hilarious how stupid, unfair and brutal some of the boys' deaths early on in the game are. Maybe that's not something I should be admitting to, but it did give the game an unintentionally comedic edge for me. For the most part, the puzzling and platforming is smart, intuitive and satisfying, although I feel it all becomes a bit too mechanical and methodical towards the later stages, and it lost a bit of the eldritch horror charm of the earlier giant spider forest areas. But here I am, thoroughly enjoying this game nearly 15 years after its release, and its artistic style still holds up amazingly well, especially given the limitations of downloadable games at the time. And although it may not be one of the greatest games in terms of gameplay, it was innovative for its time in showing that a game with a unique and minimalistic visual style can be highly successful in modern gaming. In another great animation-styled game, Ori and the Blind Forest takes players on a wonderful adventure. As Ori, a child of the spirit tree who was blown away by a storm, you are adopted and raised by Naru. A cataclysmic event causes the forest to wither, which leads to Naru dying from starvation, leaving Ori to weakly venture off to find help and collapsing. You are revived by a light orb who guides you on a quest to restore the elements of the forest and bring the light of life back to the spirit tree. The gameplay is an outstandingly enjoyable Metroidvania-style platformer and puzzler. You unlock powerful new abilities and trigger environmental effects which allow you to gain access to the new areas as the story unfolds. While its gameplay and story is impressive, what still stands out the most about this game is its art style. Heavily inspired by Studio Ghibli animation, the world and characters have a deeply drawn and vividly painted style and pieced together in a rich and intricate composition. Every area of the game is uniquely drawn, and it really is like playing through a masterpiece of artwork. Microsoft and Xbox get a lot of criticism for their marketing practices, but they did help us bring these great artistically styled games like Limbo and Ori, and transformed gamers' access to indie gaming in a way that I think is deserving of praise. If the Xbox console as we know it truly is on its way out, then I hope aspects such as this will stand as its legacy on gaming. With immersive and excellent gameplay, a beautiful and emotional storyline, and a wonderfully crafted art direction, Ori and the Blind Forest is as near a perfect example of a great game with a distinctive animation style as there could be. Next up is the manic classic cartoon stylings of Cuphead. Cuphead draws direct inspiration from the rubber hose style of animation of old, like 1930s Mickey Mouse, Popeye and Looney Tunes. All the assets and backgrounds in the game are hand-drawn and painted, giving it a kind of artistic authenticity like almost no other modern game. To match its old-school animation movie style, this game also has old-school video game run-and-gun gameplay, mostly made up of many multi-layered boss battles who you have to defeat to collect their souls to repay your debt with the devil himself. It's a brilliantly wacky adventure with fiendishly difficult gameplay, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I haven't been able to finish the game yet, but this is definitely a game I will keep coming back to because it is addictively brilliant. The art style of this game, while knowingly derivative and not really unique in its own right, is exceptionally well done and seamless as a way to make a classic cartoon come to life as a video game. Lots of great details, like the surrealist and imperfect nature of the animation with popping film-grade effects and brilliantly composed jazzy ragtime music, giving it the very real feel of an old-timey cartoon escapade playing out before your eyes. It's an undoubtedly lovingly crafted work which pays homage perfectly to the classic animation it draws its inspiration from, making it a video game with an artistic style really unlike anything else. The final game I would like to showcase for its animation style is Gris. You start in a crumbling and barren place, but you journey through to bring life back to your world. This game has an outlined and watercoloured artistic flourish which looks vibrant and wondrous at every point. As you progress through different stages, you gradually bring back colours, with each splashing onto the canvas, adding new layers of visual artistry. As well as being an incredible spectacle, the game is also an immense joy to play. The fluidity of the movement as you traverse around the environment is excellent, and new abilities you unlock blend intuitively into your control. The platforming and puzzling is a perfect balance of being mildly challenging enough to be interesting, but never frustrating. The game invites you to trust it enough to let it take you on a grand, spectacular adventure, and it earns its trust by showing you wonderful things at every turn. The wordless but compelling storyline and themes are, for me, the most exceptional aspects of this game. It is a powerfully emotional experience of a melancholic feeling, rebuilding yourself after suffering from the loss of your world, moving forward when all seems lost, the catharsis of escaping the darkness, bringing colour and light back, learning to sing your song again. These themes, along with the game's stunning, dynamically progressive visual style and majestic soundtrack, make it an unbelievably moving experience which I don't think could possibly have worked in any traditional video game visual style. All of these games, while being great gameplay experiences, get taken to a new level of excellence for their superb and diverse art styles. Whether it's the dark and foreboding Limbo, the bright and vivid Ori and the Blind Forest, the wacky zaniness of Cuphead, or the magically colourful tapestry of Gris, there are some gaming experiences featuring animation with a level of artistry which is at times unbeatable by anything of any medium. If you want animated experiences which are fun, good-natured and playful, while also being emotional, inspirational, thought-provoking and with interesting and unique animation styles, you might be better off heading to the game storefronts than to the cinema.